I am Mark Greenstein, Connecticut native, and in the corner of all Connecticut and the University of Connecticut. So I hope the University of Connecticut will take these words to the bank. To UConn management, you are not going to beat Kevin Ollie, and you should stop trying. It finally surfaced, okay, that's this weekend's Hartford Courant, the race relations complaint that's now come up in the Kevin Ollie case. Now, that may or may not be legitimate, but it hurts UConn's case for retaining the $10 million that is owed on his contract. I implored 6 months ago to settle this case. Settle it then, settle it now. Settle it in a way that gives him some dignity. Now, your mess-ups, they're going to be legendary. Dignity could have come from an early buyout and an endorsement of Kevin Ollie so he could latch on to another NCAA team. That opportunity ended once the season started anew. In most businesses, people who are downsized, even fired for cause, get some outplacement help. UConn didn't do any of that. Instead, they disparaged Mr. Ollie. Dignity could have come from maybe a non-recruiting position with the team. Remember, recruiting was the only violations. He was not fired for bad coaching. He kept him on for 6 years, and no disparagement on the coaching. The state of Connecticut, if it actually had some losing basketball teams at WCSU, CCSU, SCSU, ECSU, that'd be a very nice fit to move Mr. Ollie to a different, still coaching position, take recruiting responsibilities away. Unfortunately or fortunately, all 4 of those teams are doing pretty well this year. So look what dignity can still do. You get a win-win and don't denigrate the guy. Look at where denigrating takes us. The more violations that UConn lawyers uncover, the more UConn's future teams are going to get penalized by the NCAA. It's perverse. The more the NCAA gets involved, the more likely we see a civil rights firm jumping on the opportunity to shake down an employer. That's what they do. Oh, and this isn't just any employer with an HR staff and maybe 200 employees. No, this is a campus with 20,000 students and staffers numbering over 5,000. It's a big bill. Their sensitivity training will probably cost us $250,000 right off the bat. Maybe they do an ongoing settlement, funding a campus fair treatment center for decades. Look, the clear ongoing problem is a stigma. It still exists that UConn fired, I think unfairly, a beloved coach. And here's the optics. A young and alone black coach evokes more sympathy than a bunch of seasoned, mostly white college executives trying to railroad him. Okay? You can see the headlines now. Black coach fired following recruiting improprieties when white coaches have done worse. White coaches have done worse. Okay? Jim Calhoun didn't get that treatment and wouldn't have. Gino Auriemma would never have these kind of sanctions. That may not be because of their race. I think it's more likely because Calhoun and Auriemma have iconic, almost legendary status. Okay? Kevin Ollie doesn't. But Kevin Ollie's black. And people are going to jump on this. Lawyers were overdue to play the racial angle. The optics are there. UConn would never have fired Gino Auriemma or Jim Calhoun for the same offenses. In modern academia, race is omnipresent. In legality, race works its way into lots of statutes. The 1991 Civil Rights Act authorizes punitive damages for intentionally discriminating based on race. Okay, that's a hard threshold for Mr. Ollie's lawyers to prove, but they're going to try, and they're going to extract a settlement. I would say this is now beyond the lawyers, UConn's trustees, and maybe Governor Lamont should get involved and settle this thing now. Settle it big, give him dignity, and be able to walk away without this ongoing spotlight. Look, if you know that a coach is twisting in the wind, what kind of recruits next year want to play for Coach Hurley? Okay? Even the current crop that was recruited by Kevin Ollie, they hit adversity this year. You think they really want to stay? Transfer opportunities abound. How about fans? Knowing that their game is being besmirched, they're going to stop coming irrespective of record. Take a look at the NFL's attendance since 2016's racial controversy. If I were Solomon, entrusted with protecting UConn's interest, I'm not on the lookout for Kevin Ollie. I think decency allows for something, but decency says more about you, the maker of decency. And right now, UConn is not looking good in that ground. I would offer him 11 mil minus a percentage of the contracts that he receives for the next 15 years. Okay? Help him get good contracts, and UConn can recoup some more of that money. As for going forward, stop paying any coaches guaranteed big salaries. I don't think future UConn coaches should be paid any more than the highest paid professor with the same amount of experience. Okay? Maybe you pay him based on bonus for success, but guaranteed salary, stop it. These $5 million to Bob Diaco, $10 million to Kevin Ollie are unwarranted. Connecticut can recruit good, young, eager coaches. Maybe not so well proven, but so what? There'll be kids that will go to war for them on the court. Let's go with them and avoid the ethics improprieties. I'm Mark Greenstein.